And good morning, guys. Welcome back. Philo in the Philippines, North Caloocan City. I just wanted to do a short video for you guys to explain the motorcycle accident that I was involved in. Many of you saw the pictures on Facebook. I'll put them in the video as well. This is what it looks like now. It's getting a little bit better. There were a lot of rocks in that knee that Melanie pulled out for me. And I've got one on the left side, left leg as well. All in all, you know, not so bad, considering, you know, it was a small bike accident. Let's have a look at the bike. I'll show you the radar too. I got really lucky there, not a lot of damage, which I'm thankful for because I'm very picky about my bike. And had I really messed up, you know, one of the panels on it or something, I'd have been super bummed. But anyway, here you go. I just chipped off a portion of that. Let's see if it'll focus. That S there, and you can see there's a scrape going up above the headlight. Not so bad. Scrape on the right, the front brake. All in all, not so bad. And then I've got, you know, some scrapes down here on the pipe. All in all, not so bad. I think partially the design the Suzuki has had a lot to do with that. The fact that those pegs extend out almost like a, you know, almost like a crash guard. So it keeps the bike up and it keeps from getting too much damage on it. Now, the reason I wanted to do this is that now the accident itself happened just around the corner here on Congressional Road, right in front of the Petron station. Now, the reason I'm doing the video, I'm not doing the video to whine or complain. Okay, I'm doing it to share information. A lot of you guys are going to come here. You're going to ride a motorcycle like I do in the Philippines, and this is just an example of what can happen. And what does happen. So, sorry, I'm just trying to get this thing level. And this was partially my fault. Now, the accident itself was not. And I'll get to the my fault portion after I explain to you what happened. I was gassing up. And, you know, it wasn't super busy at the station. Just a typical day, Saturday afternoon, about 4 p.m. And as I'm leaving the Petron station, now this is a pretty big station with a big lot, okay? And you guys know Congressional Roads, it can be busy at times. It wasn't super busy, but I was leaving the Petron lot and just accelerating. I was looking to the left here for traffic to make sure it was clear. I looked to the right and boom, there's a trike right in front of me. The guy just came in and cut me right off. So, unfortunately, you know, had I left 5 seconds later, the whole thing wouldn't have happened. But I was in an area of the driveway that had a little bit of loose gravel and sand. So, a little too heavy on the front brake, and as many of you know who have rode before, especially if you're a dirt bike rider, a little too much front brake and unstable roadway makes the front end wash out and the bike just goes down and slams you right onto the concrete. That's what happened. So there was really, I had two options. My two options were, number one, hit the guy on the trike, or number two, go like hell on the brakes and try and stop and avoid hitting him. And unfortunately, I went down myself. Now, had I been on pavement a little bit more asphalty without the loose impediments that were there, I probably would have been okay. The front end may not have washed out on me. Okay, and because I've been heavy on the brake before and not had a problem like that. Unless there's rain or something, you always have to be careful about that front brake. If the surface is wet, the surface is sandy, it's just, you know, when something like that happens, and this is almost identical to the accident that I had in Southern California that wrecked my left knee and put me on disability for a year. It's almost the exact, in fact, it is the exact same accident. So anyway, now my portion, the part of the accident that's my fault is because it was such a short trip, I didn't dress for it. I went over there to the gas station, to the Petron, and the reason I went to the Petron specifically was I wanted to top the motorbike off, the Raider, because we were going on a ride with Rush the next morning. And of course you want to show up to the ride with a full tank of gas. So we were leaving the house, our plan, at 3 a.m. to go meet Rush. I ended up not being able to go on that ride because my knee was swollen up and I couldn't bend it very well. So my portion, what's my fault is the fact that I went over there in shorts and slippers, okay? Because you know, what happens when you live here, and I know there's going to be comments, but the truth is, what happens when you live here is you become a little complacent. And on shorter trips, if you're just going down to the, you know, the local market, or, you know, me running Melanie to the front gate, a lot of times you won't dress for the ride because you're not even going out on the main roads. And that's what I did. That was my portion of the accident. That was my fault. And I hope that this may help somebody in the future. I don't know. What could I have done different? Well, obviously I could have dressed differently. If I had my Rush Rider pants on, I wouldn't have got all the raspberries. And if I had worn tennis shoes, obviously I wouldn't have gotten, you know, I just would have had a sore knee, that's it. And I wouldn't have had all the injuries. But a lot of times, like I said, you become a little complacent. On a short ride like that, you're not going to dress. Put all your gear on. Of course, I put it all on long rides. When we go with Rush, or when Melanie and I go to SM North, you dress for that. Will I do that again in the future? Yeah, I probably will, unfortunately, because you just don't learn the lessons. You know, it's just a thing where it's hot here, you don't want to put all that gear on. We did do a ride last night because Rush Riders had their 15th anniversary party, and you're going to see videos on that. Melanie's going to do one, I'm going to do a couple. So those videos are to come. I just want to do this short video to explain the accident and what happened. Thanks for being a part of our channel. Live chat Tuesday is tomorrow. I hope a lot of you can come by and see us. And thanks again for the channel support. We really appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next video. Bye now.